Season update. Well, realistically, we're probably about where we thought we would be at. You know, the Texas trip could have been a little bit better on the women's side, but we took a chance, went down there. We competed well, just didn't come up with any overall team wins. The men had a big win against Newman University, so that kind of keeps them in the, on the radar for an at-large bid, especially if they beat Western New Mexico and Metro State going forward. The women are probably a little tougher situation, but if they can run the table, I think they may have a chance, depending on how the Heartland Conference and the Lone Star kind of play out. But if we can go undefeated, I think the women basically have to run out, have to win every match, probably to have a chance to get in that large bid, because there is no AQ for tennis anymore. So, but I think we have the team to do it. And last weekend was encouraging. I think we're heading in the right direction.
I think just everybody's been working hard and doing the little things, so I think we have a real shot at beating them. And the freshmen have been stepping up, so I'm pretty excited to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, that's definitely taken a toll. We're having to really motivate ourselves to keep going. You know, we have our home matches next week, so that's something to look forward to. You know, to get through this weekend, play hard, and then we get to stay home, and it'll be a big relief. But it's been fun to travel and play against all these great teams. It's just been a busy season.
From a coaching standpoint, I mean, at Western New Mexico, like Andre said, Emily said, typically Metro are the two toughest teams, so we don't want to play them early in the season. And then, you know, we have to play those teams because then their conference starts, I think, like a week ago. So it's just the way it plays out. Like baseball does the same thing, and basketball. Play them early, looks good if you win. If you lose, it's kind of hard to make up that momentum. That said, if one of those teams stumbles, then hopefully you get hot at the right time. Sometimes we all know, we're all March Madness fans, how those at-large bids can, you know, the one team gets left out. I think basketball was number 9 this year on the men's side. I was talking to Coach Johnson today. He seems like him and Heaps were always number 9, which is frustrating. And they, you know, he went 3-1, I think, against regional opponents outside the RMAC. So it kind of is what it is, Ian. But I just look at it like, let's play a tough schedule, you know, and then be ready for the RMAC. And hopefully we play teams that are as tough as Western and Metro. And I shouldn't, CSU Pueblo's gotten better every year lately. They had a coaching change, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. And now he's been there a while. So their team has gotten better every year for the last 3 or 4 years. So it's just kind of the mindset that I have. And also just kind of the nature of the beast with tennis, you know. And then we have to travel a lot, because I don't know if sports people understand how tennis works. You usually go to a site and you play 2 or 3 other teams. You don't, like baseball, you go play a series, you get a different pitcher or whatever every game. Tennis, no one wants to play each other 2 days in a row. You know, we've done that once with Southern Utah. So you like to go to places where there's lots of teams. There's no other tennis teams around us. And that's not our fault. I'm not saying it's the RMAC fault, but it's just the way it is. So we go to Denver a lot, or we go to places like Kearney, you know, we've got 2 teams come in and play. So we go to Phoenix, and there's a lot of tennis teams there. So that's just kind of how tennis, I don't know if there's any other sports that are like that. Maybe golf goes to one site, there's 16 teams that go to a nice golf course, but it's easier to go to Phoenix for golf. I think golf is probably the most similar sport. Maybe lacrosse does the same type of thing. I'm not sure. They play 2 games over a weekend, but that's kind of how it kind of works out for us. We do have the nicest college tennis facility in the state. It's just hard to get teams to come here. Or, hey, well, coach will come to you, but pay for a hotel room, or buy us lunch, or do this. I'm like, you know, but they won't do that for you in Denver, because they're like, hey, you can play Colorado Christian, or you can play, you know, Midwestern State's going to be there. So just kind of the nature of the beast of our sport, I think.
Not to go down any further. I think realistically, when the team is tied 4-4, you kind of just have to focus on yourself and getting that point rather than thinking about everyone else's matches to help the team out overall. So I think it's really just focusing on one point at a time, not worrying about past shots that I missed, just from this step forward. I'm going to do this from here on out and make every point count. I think, well, from experience and playing here the last 4 years, you kind of have to learn to just focus on every point at a time rather than all the other factors around the court, because that's just how college tennis is. Everyone's going to be around the court making noises, trying to distract you. Yeah, just have to focus on the other one. Our freshmen have been amazing this year. They really stepped up to the plate and got the points that we really need for the team in order for us to win as a team and collect those points. So the freshmen are there, and again, like Andres had mentioned before, it's the little things, it's going to practice every day, doing the weights, doing the extra running, putting the extra time in, and it pays off a lot.